sign language teacher says I'm pretty good. That's a good sign. I try not to think about it too much, but the truth is I'm poring over it so much lately that it's hard for me not to keep coming back to it at least a couple times a day. Guess I'm picking it up faster than I expected, though it's still not enough. I understand it just fine. Understanding it is simple. I'll have to put my mind to it to read it, but it's easy enough when I do. Yeah, that's the thing. I've tried learning a couple languages, Spanish and French, and I can't speak it. It's hard. I try to speak it. My brain doesn't translate into word mouth, but I can read it just fine because it's like a one-step process, right? You see the word and you know what the word is, but when you're like trying to like create the word in your mind, you're like, I don't know what that word is. I don't know what the word is. But when you're seeing it, you're like, oh yeah, that's fucking vous. I don't know what that means, but I know it's a French word, and I know that I learned it once, and I know that if I saw it on a piece of paper, I'd be like, oh, like if I saw it in the context of a sentence, I'd be like, oh, that means they, or something. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, reading is so much easier. The signing itself is doable. I just need a little more practice. However, trying to do both at the same time, even at half the speed Misha does it, it's impossible. Where I'm at now is good for my level, but in order to reach a point where I'll be able to really converse with Shizune, I'll need more work. I'm doing my best to get to the point one step at a time, doing as much studying as I can squeeze in during lunch. I look up for my introduction to Japanese Sign Language to check if Shizune or Misha are around. Of course, since it's taking up my lunch hour, I had to avoid them for a few days now. What's more, I'll have to continue doing so if I want to keep Shizune from finding out. That's so weird. Why would you just, like, you could just tell her. I mean, I guess because the game thing, but, like, just pretend. I mean, you don't, not pretend. I don't know why I said that. Literally, just tell her. There's nothing wrong with it. She'll help you, even. My back to the corner, scanning the area every 10 minutes. I feel like some kind of criminal trying to evade capture. Every chance she gets, Misha asks me why I want to hide the fact that I'm learning sign language from Shizune. Looking back on it, that really wasn't any reason. But now I think I know. If I want Shizune to be able to treat me as a true equal, sign language is an important step towards that goal. Okay. If I want to be able to treat Shizune as an equal, what? If I want to be able to treat Shizune as an equal, then sign language is an important step towards that goal. Another important step is to make sure that she doesn't know, so that when we're able to finally speak on equal terms, I'll be fully ready. Able to do it right, not like some dilettante. Anything less, I think, would be insulting. She would see it the same way. So, to me, this is the only option, especially now that I've decided to be so resolute with it. Shizune has a huge aura. It's really easy to see her coming, or even to sense her coming. Mostly because Misha's hair lights up any crowd that she's like a beacon, and you could hear her laughing from a mile away. Although, even if Misha weren't with her, it would be the same. Her directness and efficiency are core parts of her. It's no surprise that they come across in a way that she walks as well. Due to all these factors, I'm able to put all these things and put on my best casual face long before they could see me, and head my way. Hi. Student council. Student council. Student council was the first thing I asked to learn. Seemed like it would come in handy. Yeah, I've been dodging it for a while now, huh? Yep. So are we just gonna know what Shizune says without, like... We're just gonna be repeating shit, huh? Shizune sits down in front of me to my right and Misha to my left. It was a mistake putting myself in a corner. Now I'm... well, cornered. Okay. In the end, I dragged off to the student council room, but I don't mind. I was starting to miss them a bit anyway. In some ways, this makes it easier. Satisfied with having caught me, Shizune doesn't ask me where I've been all this time. Once I stand before the door, I wonder what could be so important that they're so eager to pull me back in. Games? There are more games out than books. This at last explains why every time I come in here there are stacks of books piled on every table and occasionally parts of the floor. They need the room to put all these games somewhere. It's boring playing against each other so much, Ichan. So it's your turn, okay? Okay, it's settled then. Don't they have student council work? They have sorting mail, apparently. We don't. We haven't seen a speck of mail. I didn't even say anything. Hmm? Shi-chan, this is one of the last days we'll be able to take it easy like this for a while. So, it's important, especially important, that we make the most of it. Don't you think? Tanabata will be coming up soon, so we have to put a lot of work for that, too. So for now, play with us. Come to think of it, it's true. I hadn't even noticed because I've been so wrapped up in wanting to learn sign language. Right on the heels of one festival, a bigger one appears. I wonder if Shizune will try to rope a couple new members in to help with that one as well. We didn't see that one in the other routes at all. You're right. Yay, Hichan agrees. Let's celebrate. I know, we should play a game. Let's play a game to celebrate, Hichan. I don't know, that kind of thing usually ends badly for me. Hichan is worried about the stakes. Misha makes her a very disappointed face. It's hard to tell that she's mocking me, since her expressions are so exaggerated by default. She's an all-out kind of girl. I turn my head to Shizune. Now this person, she is definitely mocking me. I stopped that. But yes, I'll play with you if you tell me what's at stake first. How very Japanese, putting the consequences above everything else. Hichan, have you ever heard of the expression, missing the forest before the trees? No. Oh, that's a very common expression. That's a lie, but I have my pride, which is currently feeling wounded. Okay, I'll play, but I want to pick the game. Misha nods. Additionally, I pick the punishment if you lose. Shizune makes an X with her arms. That means either denied, or she's about to use her special attack. Aha, now who's afraid of the consequences? How vengeful. Still thinking so spitefully about playing playful little joke. If a bit you, you'd probably bite back. Shizune signs a word that I don't quite catch. Hichan is so vengeful, even though she was playing a little joke. If an armadillo bit you, you'd probably bite back. Is something gonna happen right now? Maybe not right now, but at some point, where Shizune starts saying shit, and then like Misha doesn't know that we understand it, and she's gonna start lying, or she's gonna make a mistake like armadillo or something, and then we're gonna know that it wasn't what she said, and we're gonna like let it slip. Armadillo. It's foolish to bite an armadillo back, Hichan. But Hichan would do it anyway, you see. I see. Shizune adjusts her glasses with a small flourish of her hand. Hichan, we didn't have anything planned as if you were to win or lose. You just assumed there would be something like that. I wonder why. Me too, but oh well. There isn't. Does that change your mind, Hichan? Well, yes. Misha windmills her arm at high speed to show her joy. Weird habit. This is just the kind of thing you could see only in the student council room, occupied only by 3 people. Anywhere else would end up socking someone in the face. Yay, let's start right now. Not just yet. Okay. However, we all have to be able to play. That's my condition. I don't like games where one person's clearly the ace player right off the bat, or the games where there's 2 people who play, so one of us has to sit in the back. Sit back. It has to be something that the 3 of us can play equally. Checkers? The instant she says it, Misha takes a bag of checkers and places them on the table. Only 2 people can play that, I told you. Okay, how about Monopoly? Monopoly box slowly edges toward me, and I take it out of Misha's hands and put it under my chair. I don't like games that revolve around luck of the draw. Too much about chance and not about skill. Also, stop jumping the gun with these games. Also, we could not play Monopoly. Monopoly is all about politics, and we cannot talk to one of the players. Luck is a kind of skill, you know. No, it's not. Kinda. Can be if you're consistently lucky, right? Once that point, it's something else entirely. Baccarat, marbles, live, snakes and ladders, roulette, blackjack, paper football, trivial pursuit. Misha begins to excitedly name a bunch of games as if she were reading from a list. With each suggestion, a new box, board, pieces of paper, or pieces around her, a bizarre catalog of games ranging from children's fare to serious, polished-looking gambling instruments that look very out of place in this humble room. 3-way chess? I love 3-way chess, bro. Is that even possible? Well, I played 4-way chess, but that shit's hype. Let's try. Oh no, it wasn't chess. It was actually 4-player checkers. 4-player checkers was crazy. 4-player checkers was like insane politics, like, hey, don't take that. Like, I'll help you do that stuff. Stuff like that's hype. I actually really like Commander for Magic the Gathering, just because it's kind of the similar thing where it's like 4-player chess, as it were, but with, game pieces. This maybe doesn't resonate with you if you don't know what I'm talking about, but, Magic the Gathering 2-player fucking card game, if you have 4 players and it adds like this, hey, I won't kill you if you help me kill them type thing, and it's really cool just to watch and play. Anyway, let's try. Yes, let's definitely try it. Definitely. They pull a chessboard from behind with... I don't know how it worked with chess, though. Because with chess, right, you have your front line and your back line. But if you have, like, a rook... Because the way the thing is set up is that your rook would also be in front of the other person's rook, so it's just as easily takeable. Unless you put, like, pawns in the back line. But even then, that seems a little strange. I don't know. They pull a chessboard from behind them with a flourish, like 2 junior magicians. Well, magic does require some deft sleight of hand. At least they've got that in spades. I'm not surprised. Nevertheless, it is somehow unsettling. Stop doing that. Excuse me? Hanako. Very timid voice manages to make me look up. I lost my ID card. Someone told me I could find out where to get a new one here. If I'm interrupting something, I can come back later. I haven't had to do Hanako's voice in so long. I miss her. Oh my god. Hanako's eyes drift across the room, taking it in landscape of piled up record books, haphazardly scattered chairs, and overturned board games. I was actually wondering if we were going to get into the Shizune Lily stuff here in Shizune's route. And then I wonder if we're actually going to see it in Lily's route too. Like, see it back. Because I really want to know what's going on between those two. I guess this isn't exactly the image of an organized, tightly run student council like ours should be giving off. Hello. It's the only thing I can think of to break the ice. Unfortunately, it just seems to startle her further. My ID card? You're in our class, aren't you? Right? So, don't be so timid, okay? Come on. Yep, even though we're your seniors, it's not like we'll bite. Why is Shizune smiling? I remember the enemy of my enemy is... or whatever. My friend of my enemy is my enemy speech. We're not her seniors. We're in the same class. Still, I'm grateful to them for stepping in. What is it you said you want? An ID card, right? Right? Yes. Her eyes slide away from Misha, being shy. It's no wonder that she's not the best at keeping eye contact. I follow where she's looking, notice her gaze stop on the chessboard on the table. She loves chess. Also, wait, are we about to do 4-player chess with Hanako? That'd be hype, actually. But also, what was I going to say? I lost my train of thought. Oh, we haven't seen, like, another girl in, like, another girl's route before, right? When we were in Hanako's, I mean, besides, like, Lily, Hanako, and Rin and Emi, but, like, we never saw, like, Rin and Emi in Hanako's route. We never saw, like, besides in the, before Act 2, we never saw, Misha Shizune in Rin's route, I don't think. Maybe we did for a little bit, but it wasn't, like, anything, right? It was only, like, hey, what are you doing, like, when we were in class. Right? It was never like this big thing. Maybe we did. Maybe we actually saw Misha Shizune in Hanako's route for a little while. Maybe I'm just remembering things weird. This just seems like a weird occurrence because normally we see like Misha Shizune in everyone else's business. It's weird to see someone in their business. Anyway, yeah, she loves chess. Hanako's eyes widen just for a moment. Shizune notices as well. Well, that'd be a fun little game to watch. Do you like chess? Huh? You like chess, don't you? Yeah, you do, definitely. Do you want to play? Hesitation. She might make a break for it. I refuse to get involved in this. It won't end well. To my amazement, Hanako seems to be considering the idea very seriously. She touches the tips of her fingers together pensively, mulling the thought over. That level of consideration is more or less a confirmation. We're having our lunch break, so you have to wait anyway. Why not play with us in the meantime? Come on, it'll be fun. Really fun. You like chess, don't you? I can tell. It's really, really obvious. So, please, will you? Okay. Yay, success. Okay. That's great. Oh my god, this actually seems really hype. Chessboard is set up. The opening move is important. However, Shizune doesn't seem to care. Hanako ponders her moves carefully, sliding pieces forward just a little bit, then pulling them back in uncertainty, second-guessing herself over and over again. I feel like this would be really weird if we didn't have Hanako's route first. I feel like just seeing this side of her would be really like, oh, this is out of left field, right? But because we know she likes chess, this is actually really hype. She's really into this game. You can't call her a casual player, definitely an enthusiast. Shizune can't take her lightly, no matter what she does. Hanako has an appropriate response. Didn't we beat her, actually? And then she started reading the book, and then she started beating us. Didn't that happen? Yet there's something wrong about the pacing of this game. Shizune moves too quickly. No, not even too quickly, but with a logical speed. It's like she isn't even thinking about what she'll do next. Either Shizune is in the realm of supercomputers, or she isn't taking this game very seriously. I wonder if... Sorry, I'm taking a lot of like little breaks here, but like I wonder if because you can't speak like English, and you're only speaking like cognitive movements, I guess. If you're only thinking in movements, I wonder if you actually think faster because you're not trying to like translate words to communicate, but instead it was all like action in the first place. So I wonder if you can actually just think in like instant action. Like I think about like people thinking thoughts in different languages and stuff, and like I wonder just how different a life could be, you know? So like I wonder what it's like to not have known language but still know speech, like in sign language. Like I wonder how fast your brain must work. Because, you know, if you didn't know language, then you can't think in logical thought, but you know what I mean? So she's still thinking in thought. She still thinks words, but not in language. She's thinking in physical thought. Anyway. Shouldn't moves too quickly. Okay, yeah. Or Hanako, he just isn't very good. Shizune forces an exchange of pawns. Hanako's turn takes increasing amounts of time as the game goes on. Hasn't even been going on that long. Suddenly it all becomes clear. Shizune has a lot more time to think about her next move because Hanako takes forever to move a piece. Shizune's really cute. Despite that, it's an interesting game. Black knight to f6, bishop to d3. Since they're both playing seriously, no one is trying to toy with each other. There is no clearly dominant player, at least for now. Maybe this is helped by the fact that they aren't very close to each other, from what I can see. Shizune is a mysterious opponent to Hanako, and Hanako is an enigma to Shizune. Hanako's furrowed brow shows that she's into the game. She wants to really win. Shizune always wants to win. Is all this in the student council room, all these books? Their lack of familiarity is a little depressing, but giving life to the game and allowing them to see each other as good competition. Maybe they might even end up being friends over it, or at the very least, rivals in chess. It's an optimistic thought. Although remembering playing Risk against Shizune, she doesn't want to just crush people for the fun of it. The game continues. Shizune plays 12 moves for 4 minutes. What a scary opponent. Hanako holds her own, even though her king is being chased around the board a bit. Pawn to h6. White knight to e6. The end is near. The game ends. That was a really good game. Thanks. It was really close. I thought I would lose. You're very skilled. Magnanimous in her victory, and extending a hand to the defeated. Maybe it's because Hanako's taking her defeat so well. This is a fun game, but it took so long. Almost the whole period. Chess is too formulaic, especially at this level. How about some advanced rules? What? Advanced? Yeah, like speed chess or chess with additional pieces. Maybe we can pair up and play tag team chess. 1 or 2 boards, your choice. Come on. It'll be fun. Really. Regular chess is so slow, too methodical. It's boring. God. I want to play chess that rewards quick thinking and daring. Any one of these comparing to chess is like comparing checkers to Go or tic-tac-toe to shogi, right? Right? Even laser chess would be more exciting. Pick something to pick. Like a deer in the headlights, many emotions spring up in me, watching Hanako's mind reel in front of me of the chessboard as if she's about to faint. The dominant one is in amusement, but I move a little closer in case she might really topple over. The board is being set up again, but this time it's not even close. Hanako can't even make a move out of fear of her hand colliding with Shizune's. She's all over the board. It's an onslaught. Anywhere Hanako wants to put a piece, Shizune is already there. It's the fastest game I've seen in my life. Let's change the rule and play it again. Best out of 6, like Kasparov in Deep Blue. Hanako excuses herself and flees from the room. Huh? Wait. She didn't want to know if she could... Didn't she want to get it? Oh my god. Didn't she want to know where she could get a new ID? Excuse me. Hello? Come back, please. Wait. Strangely, the farther Misha goes away, the louder the sound of her voice seems to grow. I couldn't catch her. Shizune pats her on the shoulder reassuringly. There. You're pretty cheerful for someone who needed a pat on the shoulder. Hey-chan, do you hate games where luck is involved? Question out of nowhere, but it feels like an important one. If it wasn't, why would Shizune be looking at me, watching for my reaction? Even as I glance in her direction, she tries to pretend she isn't doing so, putting on a casual air by spinning a chess piece in her fingers. I don't like games that revolve around luck of the draw, right? That was you, Hichan. Yeah, revolving around luck isn't the same as just having luck involved, though. I don't hate games for having elements of luck. Most games have an element of luck to them anyway. It's what keeps them interesting. I think a game where you know from the beginning how far you can go is boring. Then it's not a game, isn't it? Just going through the motions. For a game where you have a little to no control, I think I could get into something like that. I see. That girl isn't very good at chess. Damn. Chess is a formulaic game, so it's a game that isn't suited for her. There was nothing formulaic about her. Someone who plays chess like that, looking only at the next piece, playing so shallowly, can't be called a serious chess player. Anyone who loves chess to the point where their eyes sparkle like that when they see a chessboard would be the kind of person who would study the game. And she would. She just needs a partner. If you study it, just casually, you can learn to see at least 2 moves ahead, even against pros. Why would someone who loves the game so much, with that enthusiasm, know so little about it, even less than someone with just a passing interest in it? Shizune puts down a piece in her hand. It's a rook. Her feelings are real, but her feelings for the game aren't real. Don't you understand, Hichan? There's no luck in chess. It's very important to realize that. Luck in games is good because it gives everyone a chance. Just enough to matter, but not so much that skill is penalized. Chess is boring because it's not a game. To me, it seems like formulas. Hanako isn't the kind of person who would love something like that, either. Damn. If you value something, you fight. Struggle is proof of preciousness? I think so, at least. Or, you concede immediately, since it's so precious that it stops your thinking. The first is a passionate love. The second is a gentle love. I tried to fight her, chasing her around her king, trying to bait her, but I didn't succeed, though, because she was so stuck on only what would work. The trickiest moments were when she moved the fastest. That means she knew exactly how to deal with those situations. That means someone taught her. Do you understand, Hichan? Not really. If you love chess that much, but you can't give it your all because you love the memories attached to it, it's not the game. It's too precious to her to see as a tool for true competition. Jesus Christ. Due to that, you can't become friends over it. Not with words. Well, your way of making friends isn't the kind of way that works on everyone, Shizune. Oh, sorry, that was me. Jesus. Well, your way of making friends isn't the kind that works on everyone, Shizune. Ugh. The look on her face isn't one of sadness, at least as far as I can tell, but her words are very sad. Hey, let's play a game. While the board is still here. But the bell rings and cuts me off. Man, that was wild. Jesus.